sit in the lobby, show me something, keep it soft and tell nobody in your city, smoke exotics. Hey, spin it slow.
Welcome back, Rosettes. Rosette fam is lit. Rosette fam is lit. Oh. But as you can see today, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a wig. But the catch, honey, the catch is today I will be showing you guys how to make a closure wig. So I did this on my channel like years ago, but I thought I would do it again because a lot of people aren't into frontals, and then some people are getting tired of frontals. Raise his hand. Frontals are really flawless. They really are cute, but honey, it takes forever to put them on. It's just too much sometimes. So closures are really good for people that want a little bit more low maintenance when it comes to their wigs, and especially for it to be like glueless. You can put it on and go, and it's like literally flawless. So right now I'm going to take you into the hair I got, the brand, how I bleached the closure, and how the hair came and all of that jazz. And we will get right back and I will show you how I installed the hair. Follow me on Snapchat, do so. Go ahead and follow me on all my social media platforms. That's Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, and Twitter, all at YunnieRose. But if you follow me on Snapchat, you would have seen the creation and me making this unit, and everybody was here for it. When I say it's flawless, it is flawless, honey. And do not forget to go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below if you want to see more hair do's from me, of course. But let's go ahead and jump into the tutorial. Alright, dolls, so the brand is I Like Julia, and this is how the hair came in a pink little cute box in the standard like plastic packaging. So we're going to go ahead and bleach the knots. So what you're going to need is some type of bleach. I use W2, a cream developer 40, color corrector drops, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So just place 1 cup of bleach, and you want to add your developer in slowly so you can really mix it in. And I use 15 drops of the color corrector, and I just make sure I really mix that all in. And you want to make sure that your consistency is super thick because you don't want it to seep into your closure. So this is the closure right here. As you can see through it. It looks really good. It's really thick but not too thick. So we're going to go ahead and add the bleach on. So with adding the bleach on, like I said, you want to make sure that your consistency is thick so it's sitting on top of the knots. You do not want to make your consistency too runny or press too much on the actual closure, because the bleach will blend in and seep through the knots, and you do not want black hair with blonde roots. That is not the look we're going for. So just take your time and get an even coat and make sure that the bleach is sitting on top of the knots. So what I like to do is just go on my phone, on the clock app, go to the timer and set a timer for 20 minutes, because 9 times out of 10, 20 minutes is a good enough time to let the bleach sit. So once your timer is done, you want to just make sure that you check your bleach. So what I like to do is just scrape it off and look for those blonde knots. That's going to ensure that you got it right. So the shampoo I like to use is Blonde Brilliant shampoo. It is a cool tone lathering shampoo, so it's just going to color correct those that orangey shade of the bleach. It is going to make it look more skin like and not too orange on your actual skin tone. So once you rinse it out, just make sure that you got it color corrected really good, and just put it on your skin to make sure that it is sitting perfectly. As you can see, this looks flawless. So onto the wig construction. I like to use nylon thread because it's not going to soak the moisture out of the hair. You're going to need a curved needle, some measuring tape to make sure that it's measured for your head, a razor for your baby hairs or just thinning out the closure if you need to, some clips, a paddle brush, and then to construct the wig you're going to use a dome cap. So what I just do is just put my dome cap on my mannequin head or your foam head, and then you want to measure and place it down. So I like to measure the back to the neck first, and my measurements is 12, but I always just add an extra inch for security. And then the perimeter of my head is 22, so as you can see this is a 23 foam mannequin head. So what I like to do is just pinch it in the middle. That's just going to take an extra inch off so that my wig lays securely and flat on my head, and it's the perfect size. So with securing your closure down, I like to use the two little lines on the mannequin head to make sure that the closure is in the center and that is going to lay flat. And I also pull it in the back and put a T-pin down, because with closures you really want to make sure you take your time and make sure that you're pinning it down flat, so it helps with your stitching later on. So with stitching, you want to do one side at a time with closures, because you want to make sure that they're super flat and not bulky. So I like to do the loop method with my stitching. It has always worked for me out of all the years I've made wigs. It just ensures that your wig is laying flat and that the stitches are flat, so when you brush or comb your hair, you're not snagging it. So what I mean by that is you go through the closure and the cap, and you go through like under the thread, so you're creating like a loop method so your stitches lay flat. So whenever I start off a new track, I go through the cap first and then through the actual track. This way the ends of your tracks aren't like bulky and they're not getting snagged, because you want to make sure that you're creating a nice flat construction for your wig, so it doesn't look like too wiggish and bulky and high on your head. So I do use the flip over method with my tracks, because you can get shedding if you cut your tracks too much. So what I like to do is just create a loop and then go backwards. So I stitch backwards twice and then I go forward as if I'm just normally stitching it. I have always did this technique, and it has always ensured that whenever I do the fold over method with my tracks, they still lay super flat and I don't have any like bulges from where I actually folded over the track to start a new row. So once you get about 2/3 of the way, kind of where your ear is going to be, is where you want to start going down on the band. You don't want to do this all the way through, because you will run out of hair, because the longer you do the hair across, the more hair that you're using. So you want to maximize your hair, but once you get to like the ear area, you want to make sure that you're placing it on the band so that it lays super flat by the ear area, and you're not seeing any of the band if you need to push your hair back or something like that. So I like to do the last 3 rows, I like to do in singles, so it's super flat on the top of your head. And when I get to the last track, I go through the base of the closure and then under the last track. This is just going to ensure that the last track is super flat. That way it's easy for you to get the closure over that last track. So the last step that you want to do is go ahead and cut this excess piece off, because you do not want this under your closure. You want your closure to be touching your skin so it can look super natural and it lays super flat once you're done with your wig. So as you can see, I'm just cutting it off, but when cutting it off, make sure that you're leaving a good enough space before your stitches, because you do not want to risk them coming loose. So this is how it should look. So now you just want to pluck. So if you have a hard time with plucking a frontal or a closure, just bleach your knots. When you bleach your knots, it loosens up the knots a little bit, so it helps your plucking super, y'all, it just helps your plucking to be flawless. So as you can see, I'm going backwards. Whenever you pluck a frontal or a closure, just make sure that you're plucking backwards and you're using little bitty strokes, because you want it to be nice and gradient and faded like a natural hairline. And just keep going until you feel as though it is plucked enough and it looks gradient and natural. So as you can see, it looks really, really good. So right now I'm just showing you the parting. It looks flawless. The color of the bleach turned out beautifully and it looks really, really skin-like. So this is the finished product. The wig looks really nice. The hair was so sleek and beautiful. So right now I'm going to show you dolls how to install it. Alright dolls, so now that you have seen how I got the hair is flawless. When I say flawless, and how I customized and constructed the wig and customized the closure and things like that, let's go ahead and install it. Y'all, when I say this is literally about to take like 2 seconds, when I say this is about to take 2 seconds, sis, it's about to be lit. So here we have Ashanti. That's what I called her, y'all. We have Ashanti right here. Let me zoom y'all out a little bit. Alright, y'all. So we have Ashanti right here. 26 inches of beautifulness. y'all, look, literally gorgeous. So this is the wig right here. Looks bomb. Bomb dot freaking com, y'all. Looks so good. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put this on my head. So one thing that I love about closures is that you can kind of place them anywhere and it's gonna look flawless. So I can leave this as a middle part, or if I wanted to, I can just pull the wig over right here and I can have a side part, but I want a middle part for this particular unit, and it fits so good on my head. You would have seen how I measured it and got it to fit super tight and securely on my head. Like, y'all, it's literally, look, it's literally so flat on my head and so snug. It's so freaking pretty. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just pull this back, but I'm gonna go ahead and cut this lace off. When I said it's gonna take 2 seconds, y'all, look, the part already looks like supernatural. It looks so good. It bleached so well. So what I'm just gonna go ahead and do is cut super duper close to the hairline. These Yunnie dolls. So as you can see, let me move the little baby here. I'm just cutting super close to the hairline. Y'all, look at that. Look at that. It looks literally so good. So what I'm gonna do is kind of pin this back, and I'm gonna just gel down a little bit of the baby hairs to make it look even more realistic. All right, so what I did is just take a wet toothbrush, and I'm just gonna use a little bit of mousse. Literally, when I say a little bit of mousse, like the tiniest amount. So I already had created a little bit of baby hairs, so I'm just gonna pull them out just a little bit and kind of just swoop it, just to make this wig look a tad bit more realistic. So if I go like that, you see how it just changes up how the frontal looks. It's just not that sharp line across. So I'm just using a little bit of mousse. Like I said, I'm gonna pull down those baby hairs that we created. Just sweep it, make a tiny little swoop. Y'all, look how close I am. The part looks so good, y'all. Look how good this part looks. And it's not gelled down, it's not glued down. I didn't use any Got2b, any glue, any nothing. It fits so good on my head that it just looks freaking amazing. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom it all out. Alrighty, y'all, I wish I could just, it looks so good. This hair is literally bomb. It's so easy to install. Y'all can't tell me that. Closures are the new, okay? They're the new, okay? Because anybody got time to try to put on a frontal all the time. And see, since I put the tracks so close, once you start getting to the closure, you can either go like this and none of your hair is out. It's literally bomb dot freaking com. So I will be wearing this unit a lot because it fits so, y'all. If y'all could only just feel how flat it is. It's so flat. This hair, I didn't get any shedding, any tangling. It flat ironed really, really good. Once I washed it, y'all, it's just bomb. I absolutely love it.
So yeah, if you want to see more videos like this, just let me know down in the comment section down below. I hope you dolls learned something in this video. If you did, let me know what you learned down below, and let me know if you're over frontals down in the comment section down below. Do not forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you want to see more hair tutorials and hair reviews from me. And if you want to see anything different, like a coloring or a styling video, let me know. Let your sis know. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one.